Do you see this? Number one in our category for new releases. Number one. There's only a few of these left. That's the C41. We are all speechless. Thanks for making it number one. You really made our day. You made the rest of our year, actually. Let's just do something soft and glowy. I feel like I haven't done just soft and glowy. Yesterday I tried to become a butterfly. I am going to be using this. I love this, by the way, any excuse to use it. And it pairs nicely with all of my foundations. Give it a good shake. Anything liquid, give it a really good shake. So I'm just going to do just a little dot. I will use more, but we're not there yet. We're not there. And then we're going to take an Rush brush. I don't know where Sheila went. Why is it that I am always losing Sheila? It's hilarious at this point. And I'm just going to kind of use this as a base. And we're using such a small amount of it that we're going to be able to just put a few eyeshadows on top, not have any issues. Look how pretty that is. Just evened out my lid a little bit and added some glow. And this is the E29. I call this the Rush brush. Anytime you have something big and fluffy, you just you're getting it on the face. Okay, now I'm gonna grab Sheila. I did find Sheila. I was sitting on Sheila. It's my fault. I am the only one to blame here. I'm just gonna give this a nice little wipe on here. Sheila's on Amazon too, by the way. And then I'm just gonna grab a little bit of this color. How gorgeous is this palette? I used it yesterday. I'll be using it again, but y'all know I film a bunch of different things. And I used it yesterday and I fell in love. It's beautiful. The packaging is so nice and heavy in the best way. So pretty. There we go. That's gonna be good enough. This color's really nice too. But you can see that it's really taking on my undertone because the base that we have on is so sheer. But I even kind of wanted to make my matte eyeshadow a little glowy. So this Dior stuff underneath is going to be really nice. Picking up a little bit more. And just push that into the socket. Now let's just take a little bit of this shade. And I'll just use that kind of as a blurring shade. We don't want to do too much because I want that sheen. See the sheen? I want that to remain. And believe it or not, because I'm pressing the shadow on, this is still going to wear perfectly. It's the way my eyelids were prepped. I made sure that I didn't have too much eye cream on underneath. So my eye cream's still on. That's still on. But I made sure I didn't have any excess eye cream. And then by pressing these powder matte shadows on top, that ain't going nowhere. Now let's, remember, still using that Rush brush. I'm going to take this. And I don't want this to apply like this, okay? Look, I don't want to pick up the whole base of it. I don't want that. Fighting for my life over here. And then I'm going to take that and I just want a sheer wash of the sparkle. Isn't that so pretty? Just picked up more, just tap it on. So pretty. Same thing on this side, picking up more. And you want it to look like that on your brush. See how you can see the little particle separation? That's what we're wanting to do. We want to pick it up that way. Nice. So I'm really liking the Sephora eyeshadow base that I picked up the other day. And what I'm doing, I'm just kind of putting some on the back of my hand. I just did like this. That's a lip stain from yesterday. It's the Kiko one. It's been there a long time now. They're great. I'm going to pick that up on my E27 and then I'm just going to go into the dark brown here. So I'm going to go boop, boop. And I'm just going to start up here on the lash line. And I'm not even going to do a wing. I'm just kind of angling this upwards. See how it's not a wing, but it's still going to give lift. So if you've ever wanted to just get some lift to the eye, but you don't want to do a wing, this is, I'm going to link the brush. The brush is just perfect for this. So again, see how it's angled? Shorter end here. That way it's already kind of angling up. Tap it. And just that little bit of an angle just creates this illusion. Up, up, and away. And then if you want just a little bit more lift, a wispity wisp, you can take it. I had that same brown shadow on the same brush. Okay, all I'm gonna do, and I have it more on the tip of the brush. That way it will just fit right in here and we're not gonna have any mess ups. Just on the outer part, just do a couple stamps out of the fold. And I don't think we realize sometimes that the smallest amount makes the biggest difference. Picking up more, I'm just gonna keep packing. And then if you have extra hooded eyes, what we would do is we would come from underneath and then we'll kind of come out. This brush just understands hooded eyes. And as long as we can just start to get it over the fold just a little bit, then we got lift, extra lift. And then you could just take a fluffy brush and just do a couple sweeping motions towards the temple. Obviously, you don't need to reach the temple. You can start to tap that away. But that's a really good way just to give what eyeshadow does. It shadows and it reshapes, and I love it. I love just how transformative just this little pigmented powder can be. I love makeup. Let's try out this Milk Cosmetics mascara. This is with their new collection that we used yesterday, and I'm excited to try it. It's it is waterproof, but that is gonna hold curl. And I never have issues getting off my waterproof mascara because I use my Element stuff. And then also don't worry about that. That doesn't matter. It's also what I get for doing this into my phone and not a mirror. Hopefully it'll stay like that. Oh, that's nice. All right, I just dipped a spoolie into some powder. Good. Now I'm finishing up this side. Loving the curl. I love it. Now I did still use my lash separator on it. I have to have a lash separator. I just do. All right, let's put some of this on. I want to just wear this and some concealer. I did 2 pumps. My hair's hot. I shouldn't put it up. And I'm not taking my sweater off. It's my comfort sweater. Some of you can relate. So I'm going to focus most of it here. And then I'll kind of build it to the center, but I want most of the glow on the perimeter. That should be good. I'm not going to put it on my chin, just right there. There's still a little bit left here on the back of my hand. We don't know, but we'll get to that in a second. And with this kind of product, I like it to be really diffused. So I'm going to use a C41. Get you an Amazon link. It's just a really big accomplishment for us. Very surreal. And then I'm going to do on my forehead. Oh, I really love this. I like this more than, I like this more than the Charlotte Tilbury one, than the e.l.f. one. And this one actually will dry down, so it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. I don't love the other ones. You didn't see me hooting and hollering about them. Who says hooting and hollering? Me. And then I'm going to take what's left here on the back of my hand and I'll put that on my chest. So whenever I get nervous, whether it's even good nervous, I get hives. It's my thing. I don't know. I'm okay though. Now I'm going to grab my Natasha Denona concealer. Just a little bit. And when I say just a little bit, never feel that you need to do this much, less, or more. Do what makes you feel comfortable, because my little bit might be completely different than your little bit. That does not make it wrong. I hate when I might make you feel a certain way and I don't mean to. Just do whatever. So I should say my little bit. And then I'm going to do some here on that redness. On the hives, I'm not even going to deal with it. Okay, IG was glitching when I was blending my concealer. It's really interesting. I don't know what's going on with it. Melt this in a little bit more. So if you're someone that does very quick makeup often, a lot of times the really fun things that I want to use are very, very, very pigmented. And what can happen there is chaos quickly. Good chaos, but sometimes it's easier just to reach for a product that is easy. And I really love these. When I've been doing just easier looks, just kind of throwing on some makeup to film something, I have been reaching for this. I've always loved it. It's not new, but it's almost a rediscovery, and I can kind of really speak to what it's good for. The way that it blends is a dream. Let me grab a C40. But it's just so fast. So what I'm trying to say is, if you find yourself in a hurry, this is it. This is an in a rush bronzer stick. We're out here rushing. And then the C40, of course, is C40. And look at that. So nice. It's just really, really, really nice. And I found myself reaching for it quite a bit, because a lot of times I don't want to spend a lot of time redoing another makeup look and the way that it blends, but it still gives such nice color. It's just a very easy pigment to work with. It's definitely buildable. If you're like, hey, no, I want some extra glam, it is buildable, but I'm not going to say that it's a full glam situation. It is not. If you like super, super full glam, you're going to put this on and be like, Rose, what the heck? But if you are in a hurry a lot, just want a really nice color, still buildable, you're gonna like this. Betty and I are actually going on a road trip tomorrow. We're gonna go to Dallas. I'm excited. I like road trips with Ben. I like really anything with Ben. We have fun. Now, if you ever want to just get just the most flawless blush application, we could do cream first. We absolutely could. I'm just keeping it pretty simple. We're gonna take powder blush. You see how juicy we are? It's gonna be okay. Especially with the C41, it really does just apply powders on top of just unset creams without any issues. We're gonna take that. Look at how it just blurs and sets. So pretty, and I just love this color. It's almost a neon. And I like to do this because once I go to even lightly set the under eye, it just goes. And what that meant is it just all melts and blurs together beautifully. And then listen, if you ever want to add just a little bit of glow to your eyeshadow, we're going to take the C41 and that same blush. This isn't draping, but all I'm going to do is add a peachy vibe. And peach just adds this beautiful glow. It makes, for my skin tone, it makes me look even a little bit more tan. It's just a very flattering color on almost all skin tones. And then I'm using the same C41, and I don't have a lot of concealer underneath my eyes, and the one that I use is technically self-setting. Now, things can be self-setting, but it really depends on what you're putting it on top of. It also depends how much skincare is underneath it. And it also depends on how much you used. Now, I didn't use a lot today, so I can get away with not setting with a puff. I can, because I just need a little bit of this powder, just the tiniest amount. If you used a concealer that isn't self-setting or a concealer that's very dewy, I'm still gonna recommend setting with a puff. But since this Natasha Denona is self-setting, I knew how much skincare was under it. I knew what kind of skincare was under it. And I also did not apply a full glam amount. I'm able to just use that much powder just to get in here and ever so lightly set. Ooh, look at it blur the blush now. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just lightly set the center, but you can still see that beautiful glow. But setting does ensure longevity, but I don't think setting has to always mean intense levels and amounts of powder. Look at how dewy the skin is. This is exactly what I envisioned. Look, it's even hitting there, the light is. Oh, this is pretty. Let's use this Crazy Beauty cream lipstick. Look at this color. I love it. I know. I just feel like I can be so cringy. I'm sorry, but this honestly just excites me. I just love makeup so much. And what you're seeing me do here is I'm trying to see if there's a matching lip liner from Crazy Beauty. So let me check that. I always do lip liner after. There is. So this is just matching. And I do the lip liner after, because I'm able to see how much easier that is, because you're able to blend it into the lipstick as you go and still get really precise lines. I feel like it lasts longer too when you do it this way. All right, this is my new summer look. I love the lipstick color. This isn't a lipstick color I would normally gravitate towards. So pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit more here. There we go. I'm in my peach era again. Gotta put again in there because we all know I've been there before. Okay, this is exactly what I had envisioned. I'm going to go make myself a coffee, sit outside for a second, get my hives back under control. Okay, we're done. Now I've got to pack, and then I'm gonna film Thursday's faves and not so faves. I'm gonna film that today and then just post it tomorrow. Normally I film these live. Like right now I'm sitting here as these upload, but every once in a while it does help me to pre-record. My skin, this is what I want it to look like this summer. Also, I love the lip color. It's so fun. It reminds me of something I would have worn when I was younger. I was sassy. Okay, I'm gonna film that, and then I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna film I'm gonna recreate Lana Del Rey's look that Etienne did. I'm excited because I actually want to use this as a base underneath the eye because the gold just seems so yellow. I have ideas. Probably unnecessary, but y'all know me. Okay, I love you all with all of my heart. I'm gonna post an ad tonight for Estee Lauder. I'm so excited, but it's educational. Please, you don't have to go buy it. You don't. Heck, most of us probably already own it. But it does kind of show you how to work with long wear foundations, how to get different coverage out of a long wear foundation, a full coverage long wear foundation. So it's still helpful. If I'm out here gonna be doing an ad, it's gonna be beneficial. I'm not just like, I don't do that, except for I probably would with this. I love you so much. Thanks for putting up with me this week. I'm a little, but it's a good, but I know I'm a little, so thank you. Thank you for putting up with this version of me currently. I love you.